What Radio, the music you want.
With your host, KeysDAN.
RadioWhat.com.
What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the internet radio station at RadioWhat.com. And for DJ services, of course, go to DJLittleRock.com. The shows this week, I have our Thursday evening from 6 to 9. It's the Old Post Barbecue in Russellville, Arkansas. It's a karaoke jam. Come on out. Bring the whole family. Have some barbecue. And I think they got some beers, too. So if you have the urge, have some adult beverages at the Old Post Barbecue in Russellville, Arkansas. Karaoke from 6 to 9 on Thursday. And then on Friday, I'm at, the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. That's my usual Friday gig. The Rab. They got pool tables, a full bar, and all the karaoke that you could handle with yours truly hanging out at the Rab Friday nights in Conway, Arkansas. And then this Saturday, it's the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. It's a one-day con. I believe it's only about $3 to get in, and it's going from 10 in the morning until 5 in the evening, and then at 5 it's the after party. And guess who's going to be DJing at the after party? You guessed it, me, KeysDAN, at the after party. Heroes and Angels. And if you don't know about Heroes and Angels, please look them up on the Facebook, and I believe they have a heroesandangels.org website as well. It's a good time for a good cause, taking care of the kids that have cancer. As soon as a kid has cancer, one of the parents has to take off at least, and that becomes some kind of a financial burden. So help out, and enjoy a good con. I believe there's going to be lots of cosplayers there, some artists. So check that out. That's on Saturday, the 27th, April 27th, this week. And okay, today on the program, I almost forgot. No, cannot forget. She is unforgettable. It's Casey Sparks of ChainingJaded. What is ChainingJaded? Well, you're going to find out in this little conversation with Casey Sparks. Without further ado, let's get Casey Sparks on the phone now.
Hello?
Hello, Casey Sparks, please.
This is she.
This is she? Well,
yes.
This is KeysDAN, and this is What Makes You Famous, the podcast. What's up?
The sky.
Perfect. I like the humor right off the bat. Perfection.
Right on.
All right. So, I've known you for quite some time now, but I don't know a lot about you. I know you're a rock star. And we'll get into that. We'll get into all that. But I want to take it back to the beginning. Where are you from?
I am from here, actually.
Right here? I like what you've done with the place. Where's here?
I was born here. I was born in Little Rock. Okay. Oh, you don't even know where I am right now. I'm crazy. And I grew up in Conway.
Okay.
So, yeah, I went to Conway schools my whole life.
Okay. All right. So, let's go back to the beginning. Now, family life, mom, dad?
My mom and dad? Or
no, a mom and dad. Just pick a random one. Anyway.
No, my mom was very close to me. My dad is a musician. He lives here in Little Rock, and my mom, she lived in Conway, and I grew up in her house mostly. Okay. And I am a mom. That's why I thought, So
what
does he mean me?
Hey, spoilers. You're getting far into the future already. So what did your mom do?
That's far in the past. Let's see. My mom, she worked as an office manager for a dental office my whole life.
Dig it.
Yeah.
So very organized person.
Not so much at all. But however, she knew a lot about teeth and what not to do with them.
All right. So you have good teeth.
Ish.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's an important thing, take care of your teeth. I try to brush every day, at least twice.
Right. Yeah. and the flossing thing was big. And she said, don't open that. Don't tear tags off with your teeth. Don't open that with your teeth. Don't do this and don't do that with your teeth. So
your mom would not like me. I do all those things. I strip wires with my teeth.
Oh, I do too. And I found out that once you get older, you can like strip a line in your tooth with a wire. You seriously can.
All right. So, and you've already alluded to Dad, a musician. What kind of musician?
It's sort of like me. He plays solo acoustic guitar and sings. His name is Lyle Cogbill. He plays at Benihana across the North Little Rock now. Mostly that's the only thing he plays because he's getting old.
But still gigging.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah, he just keeps his stuff set up there so he doesn't have to haul it around.
Oh, I wish I had that.
I know, right? And I guess he's been there for a while. He plays quite a few nights a week over there, and it's just a pretty steady thing there.
That's cool. Well, I'm hearing the birds go tweet, tweet, tweet.
Yes, I'm in the backyard.
Oh,
yes, I have birds in the backyard.
You're in the backyard. Okay. All right. We're doing an outdoor thing. I like it. I'm sitting here in the Radio What Studios, and you're on the line in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So growing up, you said you were born in Little Rock, but you moved up to Conway pretty quickly, and you went to Conway schools. Did you have a lot of friends?
No, I was a nerd. I was a nerdy kid. Yeah, very
that's
shy.
A bad thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing, except for I didn't have a lot of friends. I was pretty insecure because I was fat. I was a chunk, and the kids made fun of me a lot. So I just kind of, when I got to be a teenager, I blossomed, and that was great. Except for by that point, I was just kind of shy for the most part. And I did choir. That was like a huge thing for me because singing has always been my passion.
What year was this?
Every year I could. It started in middle school. I think in 6th grade we started being able to do choir.
What year was that?
That was, oh gosh. Let me think for a second. You're going to challenge my math here.
That's what I want. Math hard.
I graduated in 2000, so it would have been 94, I guess.
You whippersnapper, youngin'.
Oh, I wish. I don't feel that young.
So 94, you're starting in choir. And are you excelling? Are you at least meeting some choir friends?
Well, ish.
Wait, are you acquiring friends?
Right. I stuck to myself for the most part, but I had just a couple of friends that I talked to, and it's not like I was just all by myself all the time, but I did really well at choir. That was like, I was probably one of the best in the choir, and did all region choir every time, tried out for that, and all state choir when it came to be time for that, and madrigals even. So that was my serious. Madrigals is like a small ensemble group where it's consistent of like 2 people per voice part. So I was a soprano, and there was another soprano, and then we had a couple of altos and tenors and basses. Okay.
So
yeah.
That's a madrigal, a part song for several voices, especially one of the Renaissance period. Are you singing like classical music then?
Well, it was basically, yes, it was classical, kind of like, I guess, it wasn't all churchy or anything. There was some church sounding stuff, but it was a lot of it just, I don't even know what to say.
I'm thinking chanting monks. That's the image I'm getting in my head.
That's what everybody's probably getting. And a lot of it was a cappella, like in the ensemble group, it was a cappella. So we didn't, you don't have any accompaniment. It's just the voices only.
All right.
And I dug that. It was great.
Yeah. All right. So you're 1996, you're in junior high or 6th grade, and you're choiring. Any other hobbies at the time?
Well, let me specify. It was sixth grades when choir started, but madrigals, that was in high school. So madrigals was 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I think all region choir we started being able to try out for in 7th, and then all state in 10th grade as well. So these are just things that happened over my choir career.
Yeah.
You know, what did you say now?
So these are the main things that you're doing throughout your middle school and high school. Are there any other hobbies that you're involved in? Anything else? Art,
drawing, painting. I wrote a lot of poetry, wrote a lot of short stories, and I was good at academics, so I had really good grades, and I just was a nerdy kid that had good grades and drew a lot.
I may put you on the spot. Do you remember any of your poems?
Oh, no.
Recite your favorite poem.
My favorite poem is, well, I can't recite it, but it's by Petrarch, who is an Italian poet, and I learned about him in college, and it's amazing. I can't even remember which one it was. It's from Rime Sparse or something. I don't know how they say that quite right, but
okay.
Yeah.
so you're into poetry, you're into writing poems, and I'm guessing these can probably be turned into songs. Did you write down anything in a journal?
I did. I've got a lot, but I like journals so much that I would write a few things in a journal and then get a different journal and write a few things in it. And I've got a billion different written testaments with just a few things in them from back when I was a kid.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So is this something that you're thinking about compiling?
No, I'm embarrassed completely by all of it.
Oh, no need to be. You're a creator. You're creative.
That's true. But I thought I was much older than I actually was. I think when I look back and read some of the stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It's embarrassing.
Kids often think that they're bigger than their britches. I've heard, and I've experienced as well. So. Yes. Right.
And my kids do. They think they're bigger than their britches as well.
All right, then. So we went to Conway High. Was it Wampus Cats?
Yes, it was. Why don't you do your research?
Oh, come on. I live in Conway. I better know what the school is.
Right. That's right. I knew you knew.
Oh, that's right. I'm a disembodied person on the internet. I'm out here. Forget what I said.
It seems like you're everywhere. It does. It feels like you're everywhere.
Omnipresence. I like that in the broadcast.
Yes. I think you work harder than any other person I know.
And then I start this podcast to promote other people, and I decided, hey, let's work even harder. Well, actually, what I'm doing is I'm learning more about you. So it could be self-satisfying or self-fulfilling because my head still has room for knowledge, and I want to suck the knowledge out of you, Miss Casey Sparks.
Well, that's good. I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah. So I'm interested in what you know. We're out of high school. You go to college. Where do you go to college?
I went to UCA, and I had started college at UCA when I got pregnant with my twins. I already had a little boy. My son was born when I was 20, and I kind of took a few years off between high school and college. Okay. So I had a son, and he was a year and a half old, and then I got pregnant with twins, and I couldn't finish the winter semester, the January semester. So I had to go have babies and take care of them.
Yeah. You're procreating here. That's a job in itself.
Oh, it was a big job.
Twins.
Yeah. On top of that, a 2-year-old, so it was like triplets. And then my kid's dad, he went to the military for training.
What branch?
He was going to be a submariner. Navy. He was on yes.
Nobody tells a Navy man when he's had enough to drink, because only a Navy man knows when he's had enough to drink.
Or a Navy man's wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh, we had lots of children, but we had lots of parties too, because we were young and we got housing, and it was pretty exciting for a while.
Okay. So where was he stationed at?
We first went to Connecticut, where he was in sub school, and we were there for about a year and a half. And then we went to San Diego, and we were stationed there. And then, during that time is when we got a divorce, and we ended up moving to Tennessee after that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you went with the kids, and then he stayed in San Diego or wherever?
No. He and I both, we never separated the kids from, either of us. We worked together to raise the kids even after we were divorced. So he got a job in Tennessee, and I moved as well.
Well, that sounds like a good family life for the kids. That's nice. That's nice that you kept cordial. Well, good. Yes. All right. So we're in Tennessee. Okay. And this is what year we're at? 2002?
2006.
Okay. So let's back up a little bit. You went to UCA eventually, or in that time?
No, I went to UCA in 2002.
Okay. And what were you studying?
I was going for my BBA, but I didn't even get that far.
Is that the Star Wars character?
No, bachelor's of business administration, business management, things like that.
Oh, sorry. My nerdiness came out.
Oh, no, that kind of nerd is not the kind I am. I'm the Magic the Gathering one.
Oh, okay. See, I've heard of this game, and I don't know what it is. When were you playing Magic the Gathering?
Oh, after kids. It was, let's see, I think I touched on it when I was a teenager and kind of just like bought some cards just as it was a fad. And then when my kids were between like 5 and 10 years old, their dad got into it, and then my third husband got into it, and my son. And so we ended up getting so into it, we spent thousands of dollars on Magic the Gathering cards.
Tell me everything. What is Magic the Gathering? What can you do?
It's like a role-playing game that is completely on cards. So you have a source of energy, which is your mana, and there's a whole bunch of, land cards, and that's your energy. And then you have different action cards and things that cause, things to happen to the other player. Either it'll hinder them, or it'll knock points off or whatnot. And then you've got a certain amount of points, and you just play until you tear somebody down.
And you have some kind of a master? Is it kind of like Dungeons and Dragons? I guess that's where
yes.
Where we always the origin point is always Dungeons and Dragons, because that was the original. Now, I
heard there was something before that even.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, there was always board games of some kind.
Right.
But that's the big one, I think, is what made it all happen, and people getting sucked into these imaginary worlds and just really exploring them and just, well, I mean, it's a good way to spend time with your friends and your family, for that matter. But
it was fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. There wasn't a master. It was just each person was the master of his own deck, but you build your own deck. So you go out and you want to have certain things in your deck that are going to do certain things for you, depending on what kind of deck you're trying to run. And it got pretty expensive. I mean,
well, the blurb I'm seeing is Magic the Gathering is both collectible and digital collectible card game created by Richard Garfield, released in 1993 by Wizards of the Coast. Okay. Right. And it's a trading card game, and it has 20 million players as of 2015. Okay, so you're not alone, nerd.
Right, I know. I did tournaments and everything, and that was before digital. Yeah, that was before digital Magic the Gathering. It was all analog.
So what year did you get into this?
This was it was in Tennessee. It was 2008-ish. Yeah, something like that. I lived in Tennessee for like 8 years.
Okay, what part of Tennessee?
Columbia. It's just south of Nashville. And this is when the kids were little, so I didn't ever go up to Nashville and try to make it in Nashville or anything. But,
I thought that's where we're heading. My brain was heading in that direction, that you were so close to Nashville.
Yeah, but I was so far from any kind of performer. Like, I hadn't done music. When I had kids, I kind of quit music for years and years, and I didn't play any instruments back then. I only was a choir girl. So I didn't start playing the guitar until I was 32.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll definitely get into that. How did that come about? You're in Tennessee. You're taking care of the kids. You're growing some children. What kind of work are we doing there?
Sales. I started out in a call center, and I did really, really well at it. So I ended up trying to do another kind of sales position. And then And then I got, it was like a timeshare booking or something. And then I ended up getting picked up by this guy who owned a dry cleaning business that had several DBAs, textile restoration, for like disasters. So if somebody has a fire, we go in and pack it all out and restore all their textiles and I did sales for them. And he also had a uniform company like Centos or Airmark that did uniform rental and dust control, like the mats and the shop towels and all that stuff. And I did that for his company. And, it was a lot better than doing the call center stuff, and it paid more. So I kind of worked my way up there.
Hey, you're working hard. You're taking care of the kids. Is this your dream job?
No.
Okay. All right. Where do we go from here?
I ended up getting laid off from that company because of some things that happened with the guy that opened it with him. And that was in 2011. And that's also when my stepfather passed away. So my mom still lived here in Arkansas, and I was in Columbia, Tennessee. And I came back for his death and was here for a few weeks. I went back to Tennessee, but that was really kind of the beginning of the end there, because she was alone and, I just wanted to go home really. So I had to talk my baby daddy into wanting to move back as well.
Oh, you're a good girl. Okay. You want to come home to mama because mama needs you. She's all alone.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2011, you're skedaddle on back to Conway?
Well, it was kind of a process because 4 kids, that's not an easy thing to just pack up and move.
No, ma'am.
And they were still, my son was 10, he's my oldest, and he was 10, 11, maybe when we moved back finally, but we had to get it all together. And I finally got back here with the kids and with Jacob, their dad, around 2012 or 2012 or 2013, probably.
Yeah. So pretty quickly. When you get back to, was it Conway or Little Rock?
Conway.
Okay.
Conway was home.
You get back to Conway, and then what do you start doing?
I tried to do a lot of different things at first because, I just had to get a job really quickly, and I tried sales positions that I ended up hating. And so I ended up doing, I was the damage coordinator for ARCUPS, Arkansas Utility Protection Services.
What is that?
It's like when people go out and dig, you have to call Arkansas One Call so that they can send someone out to mark your utilities on the ground so you don't hit them and damage them.
I think I've seen the trucks. ARK ups.
Yes. So I was the only damage coordinator for them for the state of Arkansas, and I did that for 3.5 years, something like that.
So that's if somebody damages the lines while they're digging?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah. And so I was like handling the claims and basically handling all the damages for that.
That sounds like a busy job. So that's your dream job. That's what we're doing.
No, that wasn't my dream job, but it was a great job. And I felt like I had come a long way. And my mother got cancer all of a sudden in 2014, the very beginning of 2014 is when she was diagnosed. Cancer. Yeah, it was horrendous. It was life-changing, and it kind of derailed me for a while, but it was also the reason I started playing guitar. So I got a guitar while she was in cancer treatment, and I started teaching myself how to play. And when she passed in August of 2014, I threw myself completely into myself. I couldn't even deal with anything anymore. It was too much.
Well,
so
it's amazing how music takes care of the soul, I think. So
yeah, it really did.
So we're playing guitar, and you say you're 32 years old doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had started performing about a year or two before that with somebody else playing the guitar just outside at shopping centers and parks and stuff, just so I could sing. But this is when I really started my music, is when I started playing guitar. So. Oh,
okay. All right. But you're a good vocalist. You're a singer.
Yeah, that's what I'm first and foremost. I'm a singer.
Very good. So this is 2013. 2014. You start playing, and you're teaching yourself guitar. No lessons at all?
No lessons. I'm self-taught.
How do you teach yourself how to play guitar?
Okay, this is like the world's greatest, best kept secret.
I want to know.
Anybody can play guitar that wants to bad enough, because you do have to get past the bleeding fingers and the discomfort that's physical. But all you have to do is get ultimateguitar.com on your app, get an app for it, and they tell you the chords. You have to pay like $2 and some odd cents to get accurate chords for a membership, but they will give you the chords to almost every song you can think of that is on the radio or you've heard somebody perform. And so I just would think of songs that I wanted to learn how to play, and I would look up the chords on that. And I had chord charts that I had printed out that are very simple to read. And they tell you where to put your fingers on the strings by showing you kind of a picture. And I just started playing, and I threw myself into it because I was just trying to stay away from life, because of the cancer issue with my mom.
Goodness. I'm looking at the website now. 1 million song catalog with free chords. Mm-hmm. And you taught yourself how to play guitar on the interweb.
Yes. And then I didn't ever sit down without a guitar in my hands. I don't watch TV, so I'm either doing art or I'm playing music. And so I just, every time I was sitting, I had a guitar and I was fiddling with it. If I wasn't learning a song from somebody else, I was just learning new things I could do on it. And I did that so much that I started writing my own music, and I was at about that time is when I started performing with the Bud Jones Band here in Little Rock.
Bud Jones, he's a cool dude.
Mm-hmm. And his bass player, Danny Rains, is actually my best friend and who I live with. So
that's cool.
Yeah. But I wanted to do my own thing, so I came up with ChainingJaded, and I started that with Adrian James, who has a band called Das Gift that is his own project. And
is this all in 2014?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was a big year for you.
It was. It was when we, I guess, slipped into another dimension.
I believe you. I believe you because you've done more work than you can fit in 1 year.
Yeah, and I did a whole lot of work to get ChainingJaded off the ground, and then we practiced a whole lot, Adrian and I, and at the end of 2015, I believe, is when we decided we were ready to play shows, and we went to EJ's where we had lunch or gone and had beers after he got off work quite a few times.
Where's EJ's?
Eats and Drinks. It's downtown Little Rock. It's a little cafe/bar on the corner of Louisiana, I think, and 6th Street.
Shout out to EJ's. And you started playing there?
Yeah, we were actually the first people that played music there, and it opened up this whole flood of them having live performances. So
you're starting trends.
Yeah. And we sounded really good. I mean, we had some hellified musical chemistry, he and I. But
this is a two-piece. You're playing guitar, and what is he playing?
We were both playing.
Both playing guitar. And lead and rhythm. I'm not. I have guitars. I don't know how to play guitars. I probably will check out this Ultimate Guitar.
Yes, do it. Like you have time for that amongst all this million other things that you have, but you should do it, definitely.
I'll do it while I'm sleeping, I think.
Do you sleep? I didn't even know.
No. So I guess I won't do it.
But anyway, we had really good musical chemistry, and we played that show, and then due to some other extenuating circumstances, we had to stop playing together.
Well, what kind of music were you playing?
It was mostly based on what I was writing. I wrote all the songs, and he helped me with one. He had his own stuff going on. Plus he worked a lot. He's a web designer for, Aristotle. And so
Adrian James.
Adrian James. Yeah, he's really good musician. You should interview him as well.
Hey.
Anyway, so what was the question?
Oh, okay. What kind of music were you playing? And you've already alluded to, you were doing all originals on your first show?
Mostly originals.
What?
Well, we also had some obscure covers, and the kind of influences that I had that I believe he had about the same sort of thing going on, and that's why we worked so well, is because I liked Depeche Mode and Mazzy Star and Nine Inch Nails and stuff that was more like in the gothy side of things.
You mean like great music?
Like what?
You mean like great music?
Yeah, great music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or, Tool, Perfect Circle, things like that. And it all kind of compiled into an influence for my music that I was writing. And so we would do some covers by them. And I had, I like pop as well. So I would try to throw some more obscure, or like not real recent pop covers in there that, like Cranberries, for instance.
Yeah, but a lot of that music is really electronic, and you were doing this all on acoustic?
I know. That's what has ended up becoming a problem for me on my own, because it needed more electronic. You're so bright to pick up on that, like right off the bat. That was my biggest dilemma. I didn't know how to do anything electronically. And then when he and I quit playing together, and he did, but he could make things happen with a guitar like you wouldn't believe. And I couldn't do that because I had just learned how to play. So when we disbanded, I kind of came to this point where I didn't know what to do. So I tried to learn my studio software and kind of learn some of the electronic take on things. And that's kind of where I'm at. I've just been kind of, trying to get into that side of it, so that instead of sounding like folk music with a guitar, an acoustic guitar, it sounds more like I want it to, or like I hear it in my head.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of -1, I guess, is what guitarists usually will play, though. Or I guess any instrument, you could find the version that has a -1. You want to play the drums, you find a song that has no drums on it, or it'll be made with no drums, so you could be the drummer. Or the guitarist will have a -1 and then you play the guitar. Have you done any of that?
Oh, like almost like karaokeing it?
Kind of, but it just the music
that seems like cheating.
Well, the music is made to where it does not have the lead or the rhythm guitar, and then you are the one playing with that as a background.
Right. And I would do that if I was the one creating the background. Like I've created some electronic instrumental things for my vocals to go with on my studio software.
What kind of studio software are you using?
I use Mixcraft Pro Studio 7.
Okay.
And like the little Scarlett solo interface thing. It's just very basic, and it's the cheaper end of things, I guess.
I'm looking at it. Okay, Mixcraft. I see Mixcraft 8. It's about $30, and you could. It's Acoustica is the one. I'm looking at.
I spent $125 on the Mixcraft.
Okay,
program.
so you got the full version. Yeah, I see. There's some that are $100. That's the Pro Studio 8, and then there's the Pro 10. It's about $330. So yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah,
and you just play into a mixing board and.
Well, no, I have Scarlett Solo interface, and that's where you plug your guitar or your mic into the interface, and then that plugs into your computer. So it's really all just a computer program.
All right, and you're able to change the sound of the guitar, or
you can do that, or they have MIDI availability. Like you can get in there and use your keyboard to. They've got all these millions of different sounds, different instruments and sounds, and you can use your keyboard to play them. Kind of. I don't know how better explain it.
No, so you're making your own beats for
yes,
that matter, and you're playing along with said beats.
Right. I just haven't done it enough. I haven't done it as much as I should have.
Okay. This is something you just got into?
No, this is something I started trying to learn back in 2015, but I kind of went more after me and Adrian quit playing together, I kind of was pretty determined to play live shows. And I kind of went more toward that, I guess, at that point than recording. So I have recorded some things, and Danny Rains, he's the one that I live with, the one that's in Bud Jones' band.
Sure.
He has done the production and the recording and the mixing and all that for almost all the songs that I have up on Reverb Nation.
All right.
And he's been brilliant, and he's an amazing musician as well. You should interview him. He's an amazing songwriter, really. He's got a billion songs, I feel like, and they're really good. But yeah, he's done most of my recording. So
very cool. So, all right. So the software, you can make your own sounds. I guess you're adding your own drum beats and
yes,
and bass guitar, perhaps. All right. And okay. So where do we go from here? Let's see. So 2015, you're trying to learn this equipment, but it's slow going, and you're playing with Bud Jones.
Yeah, and that I think it was by 2015. I think I quit playing with his band, and I was just singing. I wasn't playing guitar with them.
Oh, okay.
I was singing a few songs, and then there was his sister singing a few songs, and Danny Rain sang a few songs, and he sang songs, and it was just like a bunch of us getting up there and doing this performance with them.
All
but
originals or covers?
He's a cover band.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and you quit playing?
I quit playing with them when I really got to playing ChainingJaded, or got in that out with Adrian. And then whenever Adrian and I quit playing together, I just kind of went more towards solo covers myself, just because I wanted to play live shows. And a lot of the venues and the bars, they won't just have you come in there if you can play your own songs. You've got to know covers.
I understand. Yeah. They don't want to give you a break, and that's bad. I guess, can you talk them into 50-50 or 20-80?
Oh, you don't really talk them into it. It's just it's either you play songs that people know and they have you come back and play again, or you don't. And it depends on how well it goes over. My originals have gone over very well in front of crowds. So, I've had a lot of positive feedback on that, but you just kind of have to know covers, because people will request stuff and everything else. You just want to make the audience happy, because the whole reason you're there and that they're paying you is so that they get business.
That sounds pretty square and obvious to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So after 2015, you're a solo act.
Yes.
How often are you gigging?
I started off pretty strong, but I lost my driver's license in 2017.
What happened?
Well, I had a fender bender and my insurance had lapsed and it got suspended, and that just kind of never got there. I've got to pay for the wreck, and hasn't gotten taken care of. I've had a lot happen since my mom passed away. A whole lot has happened, and it's been hard. And sometimes it snowballs when you get on the downward side of things, and money has been a big issue for me. So plus 4 kids, it's insane, and their dad is amazing, and his wife is amazing. She's my baby mama. I love her to death. She keeps us all, she's the glue that holds us together.
Who is this?
My kid's stepmom.
Oh, how sweet. Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, you're saying that you're lacking in money, and I've said it before, but you often hear the word artist preceded by starving.
Yes, so much.
I know. Okay, so you got a day job.
Yeah. Now you mean?
No, I'm saying while you're doing all this. Yeah.
Oh no! I had a hard time holding a job after Mom died. It was very difficult for me to. I had several, but I was very distracted, and it was just difficult. I got fired a couple of times, which I never. That was very discouraging, because I'm a perfectionist. I don't take well to being told I'm not doing something right.
Right. No one likes that at all. So you're trying to make it as a guitarist completely.
Yes.
Yes. Only. And since 2015.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, okay.
I've had a few jobs since then. It's just
But just Joe
they just
jobs.
didn't last.
Yeah.
Huh?
Just nothing you would consider a career.
No. Music is definitely my career.
Okay.
For sure. I turned ChainingJaded into an LLC, and I marketed my music hard on all the social media platforms, and the brand, really. It was, I feel like any business that is going to be successful, it really is dependent on the marketing and the branding.
Yeah, you just touched on something, turned it into an LLC. Now, I've been DJing since 1986, but I did not incorporate until 2004. I should have incorporated way, way earlier than that. You can write everything off. So as a business aspect of it, incorporate. Right. It's good for your taxes. Everyone should incorporate. Do it.
Okay. But it's just me. Can you do that?
Absolutely. I'm an S Corp.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I'll have to talk to you about all that stuff later.
Just talk to your accountant and just have them set up a little corporation for you.
See, I am my accountant.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I am my everything. I do everything for the business. So
perfectionist, very organized, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yes, I do, I'm not that organized, I guess, but I have organization in my chaos, so I know what to do with what I've got.
I think in Taxi Driver he said organized.
Organized, yeah. All right. I'm definitely a bit of chaos. So,
all right, we're raising kids, and we're a rock star.
Yes.
But so what are we doing for fun?
That's what I do for fun.
That's what you do for fun. I know
I'm a rock star for fun.
I catch you every once in a while at karaoke, and it's always a jazz when you show up.
Yeah, it's fun. I love taking the kids up there because that's one of the few places you can take them. And my kids are all musicians, except for one. And it's one of the twins. She can sing very well, but she refuses to do that because she's a perfectionist, and so as well, and she takes everything above and beyond what all the other sisters and brother do, and she doesn't want to step on their turf. So she doesn't. You're
all grown up. It's time to brag on the kids. So child number one, what are they doing?
Stefan is 17, and he is a junior in high school, and he does choir just like I did. He's very good at singing, and he wants to be a choir director for high school when he gets out of college. He also plays trumpet, and he writes poetry as well, and does some music with his poetry in front of it with his best friend Ian. So
a chip off the beautiful block.
But he's a gamer too, so he throws a lot of his time into video games, unfortunately.
What's his game of choice?
Right now I think he's playing World of Warcraft again, and he is a DM for Dungeons and Dragons as well, and I think they've got some electronic stuff going on with that now.
Nerds raising nerds.
Yes.
Love it. Now I'm staring at a PS4, a PS3, a Wii U, a Switch. And
oh man, he's got a Switch. I know that one.
The only thing I don't have an Xbox. I'm not looking at Xbox here. So yeah.
How do you have time for all that? Even I don't get it.
I don't.
I know
they're collecting a lot of dust.
Yeah.
But okay, so Stefan. Awesome.
Stefan, and then his sisters. He has my twins. My twins are 15, and they are gorgeous. They look like grown women.
Uh-oh. Oh, back them off. Get a whip.
Oh, man. All the boys want to talk to the girls. It's just crazy. And Chloe is a singer. She actually performed a show with me at Hibernia.
Hey.
Not too many months ago. And when I have time, and she has time that coincides, we practice some stuff so that we can try to do some stuff together. Tell you, if anything, she's going to be my moneymaker because she's so young and gorgeous and she can sing so well.
Get it. All right.
Yeah.
Make money so you could take care of mom.
Right. And then Grace, who stays away from music, she's an artist and she is very good at school and she's very smart and
excellent.
And then there's my 10-year-old Bella, who is kind of a musical prodigy. She's taken up guitar just like mom and teaching herself at age 10. And she's doing this all by herself, with determination. And she's also a very good singer. And
how did they get the inkling, the desire to do this? How did you instill this in them, or is this just a fluke?
No, I'm very pro music. Everything I'm singing, no matter what I'm doing, in the shower and around the house and everywhere, all the time I'm singing.
So they've grown up with music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've been playing Depeche Mode and Nine Inch Nails for them, and
Mazzy
Star.
No, I didn't.
So
play.
Into You.
Not really. No, we listened to a lot of radio when they were little because that kind of stuff, for the most part, wasn't really appropriate for them. And
wait, Mazzy Star was Fade Into You. No,
Fade Into You. Yeah, that's the one that we covered when I was with Adrian singing.
Hey, see, that's that. Good stuff. Good songs. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. So the kids are growing up musically, just like their mama.
Yes.
You must be so proud.
I am so proud of them. And they're not only musically
and artistically
awesome, they're artistically awesome, and they are very witty, and their senses of humor are very, let's see, South Park / what is that one with the baby?
Oh, Family
Guy. So, they've got very witty, kind of sarcastic senses of humor. So they're very cool to hang out with.
Dig it. Yeah. So, and you bring them to karaoke?
Yes, absolutely.
They're always with you?
No, they're not always with me. No, they actually live at their dad and stepmom's house in Conway. They did not want to change schools or anything, and I understand that.
No, I get it. I get it completely. They got their friends, and that's good.
Right.
And it's a nice situation. Yeah.
They have a lot of friends, so many, and it's hard for us all to link up because they've got social lives that are just enormous.
Is it okay? I think I might be stalking his page. Stephen Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of friends. He's there hanging out with his buddies in.
Are you talking about Facebook?
Yeah, in band.
He's really, Instagram is his big thing, and the girls, they all do Instagram.
That's cool.
A whole lot.
That's cool.
I think they just have Facebook so that I can get a hold of them on Messenger because that's my main form of being able to talk to them. I talk to them we do the video calls,
All right. So Casey Sparks, where do we go from here? What's the future? Is it ChainingJaded?
No, I don't know. See, I retain that name and everything because I've built up quite a rapport on the internet with that name, and I'm afraid if I go just over to Casey Sparks, I'm going to have to start all over, and it was so much work.
Well, you notice I'm KeysDAN from the Florida Keys, hanging out here in Arkansas.
Right.
I have over 500,000 pages on my website, and to change them all to something else, Arkansas Dan?
Oh, man.
No.
It's hard, and you get stuck to that. You get kind of partial to that first identity and that first creation. So I'm kind of sticking with it. But as far as my music goes, I am playing shows, just not as many as I would like to be because of the lack of license. So I don't go out and book as much as I should. But I have people that'll call me and ask me to come play. And plus, I do play at the Little Rock the country club up in the Heights 4 times a year or so.
Very cool. And that's as a solo guitarist?
Yeah, it's just so, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a guitarist as much as just somebody that is able to accompany themselves.
All right.
But I'm mostly just singing and playing the guitar, and that's under Casey Sparks. So it's kind of just 2 different worlds, my internet-based music thing and my real life stuff. So
okay. So when's your next gig?
On May the 10th, but it's private. It's at the country club.
Well, we don't want to know about that one. We want to know about the public one.
I don't have any other set up. Well, no. I do. I have something I believe in Searcy. I'm not sure what exactly the date is. I think it's in June or July. There's a festival or an arts fest that I'm doing part in. So I'll be playing up there, and I can find out more information and put it on my Facebook page.
Sure enough. Now, you say you've been writing songs. How many songs have you written?
Probably less than 30.
Okay.
I don't know the exact number, but I think it's in the 20s somewhere.
Sure. And you recorded all these songs?
No.
How many have you recorded?
Probably 10 to 15 of them, I think, are recorded and up. I need to get, I recorded some with Adrian, and then I recorded, and they weren't real great recordings, just like 2 songs I think I've put out that Adrian and I did together. But then for the most part, Danny Rains has recorded everything else that's up online, and it's all on Reverb Nation. I have not completed the album, which was my main masterpiece in the first place, Siren Song Negated.
Yeah.
And once I finish recording the rest of the songs for that, I'll put it out as an album. But, people really don't do albums as much anymore as they do. At least, I don't know.
I still like to see artwork. I still like to see an album. But I know it's all singles now, 99 cents a piece or whatever it is. But, okay. So, and big shout out to Danny. Awesome. He's recording all your music for you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good team right there.
Oh, yeah. And he's a geologist, and he plays with Bud Jones Band, and he records his own music, and he does stand-up comedy, so it's a lot. He does a lot.
Oh, fantastic. It's nice. I like a creative person, for sure. So
yes.
Any advice for people that are trying to get their feet into the music career or trying to go the same path?
You just have to be obsessive with it. That's what I've done. I don't watch TV. I obsessively play music and make music, and I love to perform. I love to be in front of people. So plus you've got to be able to market yourself. That's the big thing. You've got to get your music out there or nobody will ever hear it.
All right, so. Casey Sparks. Well, how do the people find you? Where can I send the stalkers? Okay,
so if people will Google ChainingJaded, and that's Chaining, not Channing Tatum. Everybody always thinks that I'm saying Channing Tatum. And I'm like, man, I almost would change the name because of that. But I'm
pretty sure he owns the .com.
Probably so. But ChainingJaded, ChainingJaded, all one word. If they Google it, then everything on the internet is mine that's under that name. And then Casey Sparks on Facebook, but every other thing, it's ChainingJaded.
So do you, I tried to find ChainingJaded.com, and I don't think it's out there.
I had ChainingJaded.com, and that's just, I've had to do everything for my business, and that's one of the things that fell through the cracks. I owned it for a little bit, never got the web page up, and then just let it get out from under me. So I've got to rebuy that domain and all that.
All right. Don't you go stealing ChainingJaded.com, listeners.
Right. Right.
Well, very good. So we could find you at Facebook.com, Casey Sparks, and any place else? Where did we get your music?
Instagram, ReverbNation.com/ChainingJaded.
Okay.
But that comes up when you Google it. So everything that ChainingJaded is under comes up when you Google that name. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Google Plus and Reverb Nation and SoundCloud, but not so much. And I do some videos of the music that I do, but really not that much either. I'm not big into doing the YouTube thing. So it's mostly Reverb Nation. You can download my songs, I think, for free right now. I think I took off the prices. If I didn't, then I will. All right. For a short time so that people can download some songs.
Hey, do you hear that? Get the good ChainingJaded vibe at Reverb Nation. Do it. And I just Googled ChainingJaded, and certainly the first 5, 6, 7, everything. It's all you. It's all you. Yeah. You are out there.
Well, yeah, that's a unique name.
Casey Sparks, it's been a complete pleasure chit-chatting with you.
Absolutely. It has been fun chit-chatting with you. You ran this thing just right.
Well, I look forward to speaking with you again and hearing you at karaoke one day in the future. And yes,
right.
Yes.
And I'll let you know if I have any shows coming up. It's just a matter of getting out there and booking them. So if you want to call me, anybody wants to call me or anything, get a hold of me. My email is ChainingJaded@gmail.com. I'd love to play for you.
I want to play for you. Let Casey Sparks entertain you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Casey Sparks. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Okay, you too. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Party people in the house. Everyone has a story. Casey Sparks has a story. That girl, she has been places and she is going places. The talented Miss Casey Sparks of ChainingJaded. Yeah, find her on Facebook. Find her on Reverb Nation. And you heard her. She said she's going to be giving it away. Her song, she's got over 20 songs out there at Reverb Nation. So check it out. I encourage you. And if you have a little club or a little get together or some kind of an event that needs some entertainment, I encourage you, find Casey Sparks of ChainingJaded. You won't be disappointed. The girl's got talent. She's got pipes. And it looks like she's putting those pipes, she's spreading the gene pool of talent to her children. And that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, Casey Sparks, for telling your story on the What Makes You Famous podcast. And if you'd like to tell your story on What Makes You Famous, I encourage you, do it. It's fun. And I get to learn some stuff from you. Give me a call at 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Thank you, Casey Sparks. I'm KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. The last note of a keyboard is C. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, RadioWhat.com.
Follow KeysDAN on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of KeysDAN.com. Follow Radio What on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of RadioWhat.com. The music you want is on.